Holy shit, this lady is insane. I mean, batshit crazy. The type to claim her dad is her husband insane. So, Letitia James, I just want you to understand, we're talking about the same Letitia James.
No one elected Elon Musk and his minions, and no one has allowed him to have access to this information. This is a violation of the separation of powers.
And you guys know how seriously she takes fraud.
Last week, former President Trump was slapped with a $354 million judgment, plus interest that compounds every day in his civil fraud case in New York. The case brought by State Attorney General Letitia James. In an interview with ABC News, James warning Trump to pay up.
We are prepared to make sure that the judgment is paid to New Yorkers.
The Attorney General saying if Trump does not have the money to pay off his judgment, she will go after some of his real estate properties, including the skyscraper at 40 Wall Street.
I look at 40 Wall Street each and every day, and we will ask the judge to seize his assets.
Well, guys, hit that like and subscribe button and share this video with everybody you know, because we have just uncovered some absolutely buck wild information about this crazy lady, man. Not only has she been engaging in mortgage fraud right under the nose of the New York people for years, we got this lady claiming on documents to be married to her father, allegedly. Did I not tell y'all? Have I not been telling y'all? This is a crazy lady, man, in my opinion. Look at that face and tell me I'm wrong. Look at you can smell it. But for real, is anyone surprised that another public figure and everything they project about their persona is a complete fraud? So let's start with the whole mortgage fraud thing, because one leads into the other anyway, and I feel like this is really gonna give context. And of course, you're not gonna find the news reporting on this anywhere, so we're gonna be digging into these articles together, figuring out what's going on, man. Over the past 2 decades, Letitia James repeatedly claimed her Brooklyn apartment was a 4-unit property on mortgage applications, despite official records proving it actually has 5 apartment units. Why would she be hiding an apartment unit? What could she possibly have to gain from hiding an apartment unit? Well, in order to really explain that, let me give you a little bit of background, okay? In 2001, struggling Letitia James came up from the gutter. Letitia James got it out the mud. Letitia James purchased a 4-story multifamily apartment building with 5 apartments in Brooklyn for $550,000. You know what this lady did? So she's refinancing, trying to get lower and lower interest rates. And I'm imagining she's thinking, yo, man, there's a floor. I can't get below 7%. That's ridiculous. I don't blame her for thinking that. It's a lot of money. Dude, this lady ends up claiming that it's only a 4-unit apartment building instead of 5. And so she ends up being able to refinance instead of hitting the floor at 7% that she was stuck at before, 7.2%. Dude, she ends up being able to drop it all the way down to 2.7%. Guys, Letitia James has been defrauding the state of New York out of $44,000 a year since 2011, allegedly. Can someone remind me real quick, what was that civil fraud case against Trump about? Trump and the Trump Organization falsely and fraudulently valued multiple assets and misrepresented those values to financial institutions for economic benefit. No, yeah, I guess Letitia James would be the one to know all about that. Here's the crazy thing. That's not even the biggest Letitia James story, because something else just broke this morning. Letitia James is allegedly on documents claiming that her father is her husband. Is anyone else noticing some similarities here between the moral compass of Letitia James and Fani Willis and some of these people that have been prosecuting Trump over the past 4 years? It's rules for thee, but not for me. How does Letitia James feel so comfortable engaging in what she's engaging in? Going after Trump, you can tell off bat it's a completely made up case. The bank says it's fine. The bank had their own evaluation that they based his loan off of. It doesn't make any sense. She's out here directly lying about her unit in documents to get loans she would otherwise not be approved of. saving over the years almost 200, Jesus, more. Oh my God, almost $1 million. What does that equate to? $44,000 a year times 2011 to now, that's 15 years. So times 15, what do we got? 44,000 times 15, $660,000. The better part, over $500,000. She defrauded the state of New York over $500,000. Allegedly, and she's their attorney general. Who do you even go to at that point? Hey, Letitia James, I need you to file a lawsuit against yourself. Oh my God, we still have to get to the father-husband thing, man. This is, this lady, man. There seems to be a pattern of possible mortgage fraud in regard to Letitia James. New questions now have arisen about a home Letitia James purchased with her father, Robert James. In the spring of 1983, Letitia James was 24 and living in Brooklyn with her parents. 24? In an economy that good? Still got to live with her parents as a support while she built her base for the rest of her life? How much you want to bet she still grifted off the Al Sharpton I'm a victim mentality? Oh wow, she got to graduate Lehman College in 1981 and then live with her parents for 3 years until she began law school in 1984. Isn't this crazy? Before she even started law school, her dad was willing to put himself down as a husband on a loan for her to get real estate from Cadillac Funding Limited for $30,300. You want to talk about freaking privilege, Letitia James? You hadn't even finished your college career, and your parents are putting everything on the line, committing felonies, lying on forms to help you get a preferential loan so you can own some real estate, so you don't ever have to experience what it's like to rent from somebody. You get to move straight out of your parents' house to a house that you own with your dad husband, allegedly. Look at this load of garbage right here. Mortgage, state of New York. Robert James and Letitia James, his wife. What the hell is this, man? That's not her freaking mom's name. Her mom's name is Nellie James. So this lady has a history dating back to the early 80s of lying, committing felonies in fraud, and lying whenever it's convenient, whenever it benefits her, allegedly. And we are going to trust her as the Attorney General of New York? This is the mascot, the poster lady for Resistance 2.0 on the left? What a perfect metaphor. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you made it to the end, I bet you like any of this other stuff. And share this video with someone you know, because people gotta know how much of a hack Letitia James allegedly is.